Okay, it's officially boarding day on the World America. We are so excited to go over and see her in the new MSC cruise terminal and board her for the very first time to hop on this inaugural sailing. It's going to be an experience of a lifetime, and we cannot wait to share it with you guys. Okay, so this video I am going to share our first day on board the MSC World America. I will share lots more content on our future days and feedback on things like our yacht club experience and food and what we liked and didn't like. So be sure to subscribe and follow along so you don't miss out on any information we have to share about this. We did also hop off this ship and join the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, so we will be sharing information on that as well. But for now, here is the beautiful terminal that MSC just built. It is the largest cruise terminal. It can hold up to 3 ships at a time, and around 36,000 passengers can go through here per day. It has biometric screening, and it's almost 500,000 square feet, so it is very large. The boarding process was pretty quick and seamless. We were a bit disappointed. We did sail yacht club, and there was not a quote unquote lounge experience like we've received in the past, like when we went on the Meraviglia. So I think that there is a separate yacht club lounge area. However, for the inaugural sailing, it did not seem to be open. As you'll see here, there was a tiny little area, and it had, I mean, maybe a snack or two. Before we've seen it, we had champagne and all sorts of stuff. So I kind of let down with the yacht club embarkation area. However, we were brushed on the ship quite quickly. So that part was not a letdown at all. We booked this cruise March of 2023 and the sailing was April of 2025. So the anticipation and waiting just built up and built up and built up, and getting to see her for the first time, seriously, I think I had tears in my eyes. It was just such an exciting time and moment to be able to see her and just board her for the first time. It was quite an experience to be had. We've never done an inaugural sailing before, so to be one of the first few people to literally step foot on her was something really neat to say that we have done. Now, being yacht club, once we boarded the ship, we were escorted directly to the yacht club area where we were able to kind of tour the yacht club area, and we had lunch. But before lunch, I believe our cabins were ready almost immediately, so we did get to take our bags there and take a quick peek at our cabin before we had lunch in the yacht club area. If you hadn't done so already, you could use that kiosk right there to link a card to your cabin for onboard purchases, etc. The concierge area this day, you were able to, let's see, book dining and massages, basically anything you needed. You did not have to leave that concierge area. Here is a quick little peek of our cabin. We will post a separate video of a full cabin tour separately. This was the Yacht Club Deluxe balcony cabin, so kind of like their basic um, balcony cabin that they had in Yacht Club. And then here is the lunch menu that we had on board day one. Everything we had was really good. We did find the flow of service in the yacht club dining area to be very slow. We were a party of 8. However, we could have been a party of 2, and I feel like we still would have been sitting in here for an hour and a half to 2 hours for every meal. So it was nothing that the servers were doing wrong. I think it was just the flow of everything was very, very slow. So keep that in mind if you want to do things like shows and stuff in the evening. Plan for an hour and a half to 2 hours in that dining room. That is the Botanic Garden Pool on deck 18, and then here you'll see the cliffhanger. It is a $5 charge to do the cliffhanger. I highly recommend it. If you have a fun pass, you can use the money on that card to do that activity. I also highly recommend the jaw drop. It was free to do and a lot of fun. That view is overlooking the adults only Zen pool area. So if you're looking to get away and have a little bit of peace and quiet, try that. It's on deck 18. We've never been on a ship that had this outside promenade area, and I have to say we really did enjoy it. I feel like the ship missed out on, quite a few cabins because there were multiple floors that were open to below, but MSC did a really good job of doing this promenade area in our opinion. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of free things to do. They did also have items where you could purchase things like in the sweet shop and whatnot, but a fantastic addition to, I feel like, just the normal cruise ship. Having this promenade area was a lot of fun. And you'll see there that is the view of the jaw drop slide. FYI, you can even bring things with you. Like if you had your purse, I just kept it with me and rode down the slide with that. Italy, here is a peek of their menu. We were set to eat here the final night, but we were invited to a private area event. So the last night, if you know, you know, pick up the phone in the booth and head on down. So we were not able to eat here at Italy, but everybody that did eat here said that the food was really good. So if you have a chance to check it out, I would recommend it. Just don't wait until the final day, just in case something else pops up. We were given some misinformation when we called into MSC to ask about the different dining packages. So here is what they have to offer. The Galleria area on decks 6, 7, and 8 had multiple bars and restaurants. I'll do a quote unquote ship tour separately, so you'll get to see more of that, of what those decks had to offer. But you will find plenty to do. And then for those that are wondering, number one, this casino is smoke free. Not a hater on the smokers. It's just it's really hard when you walk through the casino area and it's super smoky, and then that filters into other areas. So bravo to MSC for splitting that up, the casino up between smoking and non-smoking. And then you'll see here, this is a tour of the various gaming options that the ship did have to offer. I will say that the casino itself did seem like a pretty decent size. After this ship, we hopped on, like I said, the Scarlet Lady with Virgin Voyages, and that was a tiny casino. So this was, I feel like we were never waiting for a machine or anything like that. And it was a lot of fun. We do know some people that got some hand pays. So not sure if that was just a first time cruise luck with this being the inaugural sailing or not. But we did have multiple nights here. It was a lot of fun. And the casino staff was all really helpful and friendly as well. The Panorama Lounge, Deck 7 Aft, was a really nice second theater venue. They did like DJ dance parties at the end of the night, but they also had multiple shows there, and there's an interactive floor. It was a really cool venue. Here is another little peek of our cabin. Our butler, Carl, was the absolute best. He really made our cruise very, very special. So if you ever have the opportunity to have Carl in the yacht club, you will not be disappointed. Here was the menu for our dinner night one. Again, the food was really good. Service was slow. And they were lacking on the wine selection. They had, a menu of wines to purchase by the bottle. And I think we tried to get like 6 or 7 of them, and they didn't have any of the ones we asked for on board yet. So I think it's just kind of a stocking issue. It wasn't on an inaugural sailing. They had a lot of stuff on the menus that they didn't actually have available yet. Here is the Queen show that was in that Panorama Lounge the first night. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you see this on the itinerary, you have to go see it. It was so entertaining. The cast here is really good, and the theater itself, that lounge area with the interactive floor, was fantastic. And we ended our first night with, of course, a cute little towel animal and some chocolates on our bed. I think those chocolates might be Yacht Club specific, but we hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and follow along so you don't miss out on anything else we have to share. Like I said, I've got a lot of content to pump out because we did 2 cruises back to back, or shall I say side by side. So we hope you enjoyed and can't wait to share more information with you.